Down in Gambia's new law that was passed banning early child marriages or child marriages, I read and I quote, "An adult who voluntarily enters into marriage on behalf of a child or who pushes a child into marriage helps, encourages or participates in the celebration of any wedding of a child commits an offense and is liable to imprisonment not exceeding 20 years.
Well, this new law, Robert, has a deterrent effect because now if an adult is aware of a child marriage and willfully fails to report the matter, also commits an offense and will be liable for imprisonment for up to 10 years. But remember, till then, there was no law prohibiting forced marriages in Gambia. Therefore, this indeed is a great progress for the country. But the question remains, how will this law be implemented in order to eradicate this scourge? Joining us now to discuss this is Musa Bakoto Sawo, the program manager of the Think Young Women based in Banjul, Gambia. Your team was present in Parliament when this law was passed. Would you say this is a great achievement?
We were really excited, but somewhat we were not to a certain extent, considering the fact that Gambia has so many beautifully written laws, but the problems that we have been having have been as a result of lack of enforcement and implementation. So to have the Children's Act being amended to include that child marriage is now an offense, it was a great deal, and we would say it is a great achievement. But again, we would continue and we will not relent in our efforts to make sure that child marriage is not only banned by law, but actually in practice it is also banned. The problem with the Gambia is that often data is not collected in most of these cases. And for a country, we have about 38% of child marriage in the Gambia. For a country that is 1.8 million, these numbers are quite alarming.
What measures will you take in ensuring this phenomenon doesn't proliferate?
Adoption of the law is key, but it is not an end to the practice, as I earlier mentioned. There is a lot more that needs to be done. The first thing I feel we need to do is to raise awareness on the existence of this particular law. The state also needs to take its part to make sure that people are more aware of it. They need to go into the remotest places in the country to make sure that people are aware of the existence of these laws. But notwithstanding, aside from raising awareness, we also need to put in place good enforcement and monitoring mechanisms. And another one would also be when you come to issues of birth registration, because this is when you're able to know the actual ages of people. Where people are not registered or children are not registered at birth, it makes it very difficult for you to be able to determine what age they are at. And as a result of that, parents, especially those in the rural areas, will be able to involve or engage their children in marriage without the state being aware of it, because there is no proper documentation to give the exact ages of these children.